Come on, Unity. Let's do its thing. Come on. Okay, there we go. So we're back with this. Okay, and we are in the beginning level where we will get the name, but I'm thinking we should just go ahead and get the prefab of it, the game object, and set something from that. Because it makes more sense. And then after the instantiation, if they wanted to change their guide to something else, they can, and we'll still leave the same. Now, yeah, let's go with this first, so we know a structure. Now, okay, there's just us, and we will need our scripting language, which is our scripts. And this is our spawner thing into the world. So it's very easy to get out of a firing order, because think of it this way. Every script in the game has a start, update, and all that. You just don't want to slap certain things and start and, well, and just always have a bunch of updates, because then your program just reeks performance. So a lot of times we'll use variables that we need that are quite simple. Now, because of this, we don't need this to be public. This doesn't have to be public, and we'll make sure that it's not accessible by making it protected. Protected. Okay? We don't need this. But we may want this. Haven't decided yet. Now, we need a clean class to do this type of functionality in it. Ooh, man, I'm getting tired. With this file stream, and this is definitely going to be part of this. So we're going to make sure it's in the XML this way. Which, first of all, we should necessarily... Okay, we don't need this plus. But what we will need is this. Ah, oh, come on. So we will have to go dot. I have systems. Why can't I do... Is it going to be a juvenile like that? That's a string. But it needs path.combine. File.open. Okay, stream and assets plus. Yeah, that should. Oh, that's the loading one. There. This is a string, so why can I plus this into this string too? Really? Why is it giving me a headache over this? What's this? Option to help find the select. Refactor. No. I don't want to generate a property. Ooh, oh, no, 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 no. That's what it is. Because we're calling this. Okay, okay, okay. It's like, wait a minute. Let's deal with that. We didn't have to make it the same thing. We could put whatever because it's generated there, but we should keep it similar. That way we can so this is for the player prefab and the world instance. No, no. That can be generated that way. That can be that way. We don't need to say that. But we do need to use this for the file name. Yes, so as in a class, we got to ask ourselves what type of information do we need saved? And do we need to do it here? And the answer is maybe. Now there is a thing that we can do, but I don't exactly remember what it is. It's to see if a file exists. And I need the reference material for it. Ooh, this is gonna if dot exists and it needs a string path. Okay, that's fine. And the string path will be this. And I don't think we have to open this at this exact point. Okay? And this will... Oh, really? Come on. And we don't have to execute this code. This will keep us in the saving and loading state. So basically, by default, if there's nothing generated for the world in this actual way, then we won't load this. Now the thing about this is, should this be a reference material for each individual level, or do we make it global? What I mean by global is, should we make this a static reference where we basically put an if statement in front of here? If get scene, we get the scene. If it's not 0, which is the main menu, then run Xcode. Do not destroy and stuff like that, which that would do a lot of the issues. Well, actually, we should just do it the other way around. If it's scene has been loaded, we should execute the destroy code. That way none of this stuff runs. And that would be great. Because if it gets destroyed, this enumeration, the destroy call can happen in the this loading state right here, like this 1 second right here. If there's nothing, if it gets destroyed on the scene load, which will be over it'll be way before that second even gets called. Then this right here would get destroyed. So we wouldn't have that, because it's the first scene and there's no level or anything like that. If we put no destroy, and then we have this code right here in there, then it would act all goofy and stuff. Because the player would instantiate and there wouldn't be a level there. So that would be no good. That would be like the biggest glitch of them all. So we could fix that by making a destroy action where if it's this level or any other level, we can just have the player, this script destroyed before the player gets spawned, which would be great. And the thing about a global variable for where the player stopped and things, if you wanted to go from like one level to the next, like let's say you're playing Morrowind or level or Resident Evil, okay? You go up to a door, you go, hey, I want to load this level. Well, go through the door, and then it loads up all the information, and you got a different room that you can walk around. Well, the thing about it is, if the file exists, then we have to reinstantiate ourselves in the right position because we're in that level and any other changes that there is. So if the file doesn't exist, we need a separate function to spawn everything in, and then when if we hit save or whatnot, the changes will be saved because the game objects that we attach a little script to will get a message to go, hey, we saved this in our XML. This is our XML code, and well, there you go. So instead of just predetermining and having them placed in the level, you would just basically put transforms down, okay? Well, no, not well. You could, but the thing about it is, you should just make yourself a tiny how can I put this? When you're designing your level, don't even put bad guys in there or anything. Just make it where you can runtime instantiate them like you would your player. But when it comes to your bad guys, you put a well, what if you wanted to do your health for them? Well, you could do a class for everyone's health. That wouldn't be that big of a deal. Their level, their position, they got a health. Then you'd run into, your other kind of stuff. See, every time you put a different variation, it gets harder because you have to make this sacrifice of, hey, every guy doesn't have health, or he does. Yeah, that's going to be hard to explain, but because a weapon doesn't have health that you lay on the ground and you just want to throw in a bag or something, it doesn't have health. So why do you have a variable in health when you get a save? And that's what the XML customized saving can do